Okay, more from Wisconsin.
We should all be proud that in the midst of that controversy, when this state could have gone in any number of directions, the people who cared about this state engaged in a civil, legal, lawful, constitutionally provided process to resolve that controversy.
That is Fred Clark. He's a Democrat, and he lost his bid. Wisconsin Republicans defeating Democratic efforts to oust them from power, beating back 4 Democratic challengers in the recall vote from yesterday. What you're watching now is the fallout in the capital city of Madison. And now we're wondering about the political fallout from all this and how it may influence 2012. Matt Kittle is with us today, the bureau chief for the newspaper, the Wisconsin Reporter. Matt, good morning to you, and thank you for your time. What do you...
Good morning, Bill.
Maybe it's on the local level, maybe it's on the national level. What does yesterday's outcome tell us, Matt?
Well, America was watching yesterday. This is a series, an unprecedented series of elections that really do serve as a test for what's next on the national political scene. But to read too much into this is difficult at this point. If people were expecting a sea change, they did get the status quo last night. That is to say, a continuation, a slight majority for the Republicans, and as Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald said, a continuation of the policies that were at the center of this controversy.
There were $30 million spent on this from both sides.
Yeah.
You had money pouring in from every corner of America. How was the political establishment gauging this outcome, Matt?
Well, I think the Republicans see this as a validation of some of the programs and the progress they've made in Wisconsin on the economic front, certainly. Certainly with some of the changes that had occurred through collective bargaining, the budget reform bill that took a $3 billion plus deficit and turned it back into a balanced budget. The Democrats see this as a push. They did pick up 2 seats. They narrowed that majority so far in the Senate. But their big target, I believe still, is the governor of the state of Wisconsin.
Well,
and so we'll see that recall effort.
And that's an interesting point to examine next now. Now, he now still has the majority in the State House to continue to implement the programs that he thinks is right to dig Wisconsin out of its debt problems. You know, what does this do for Scott Walker? And as I ask you that question, I remember some years ago in Indiana, when the governor, Mitch Daniels, did a similar thing where he tried to correct the budget and get it back in the black as opposed to red. His numbers tanked, and now they're soaring well above 60%. What's the future for Walker, do you believe, Matt?
Well, success breeds success. You had a lot of people who came out. Remember, everybody was supposed to be extremely angry, ready to turn out the Republicans in this recall. That did not happen. Now, it happened in a couple of districts, certainly in the 32nd, which was heavily Democratic, voted for Obama in 2008, then changed in 2010. Wisconsin is a bellwether state if there ever was one, and but I think that last night's verdict by the voters gives Walker and the Republicans some confidence to move forward with their programs.
All right, Matt, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Matt Kittle there,
Thanks,
reporter on the ground in Wisconsin.